Hey everyone, I'm Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life, and today I want to talk about my mid-year planners and just what has been working for me, what's not working, and what I plan to change starting in July. Okay, so I've got 3 planners here, and I've got another stack of planners down here off to the side that we are going to be talking about today. And so the first planner that I want to talk about is my main planner, and that is going to be this Erin Condren Daily Duo. I have it in the A5 size. I've tried it in both A5 and the 7x9, and I really just prefer the A5. I really didn't feel like the 7x9 actually had more room. I feel like it was just the same layout, a little bit bigger, but it almost seemed like it had the same amount of lines. I'm sure it didn't, but for me, this is just plenty of room for what I need, and I really just love the A5 size. So I haven't done anything to set this up, but it starts in July. It has a lot of notes pages in it. So here's like the monthly dashboard page, and then it has 2 lined notes pages plus this weekly overview before it goes into all of the daily pages. So I'm really excited to use this one again. It's been a while since I had a daily planner, and I think I'm actually going to really like having one again. It hasn't been too bad not using one, but this is just what I've been leaning towards for a little while now, and so I'm excited to be able to jump back into a daily planner. I should also mention I'm going to leave links to all of the planners I talk about in the description below in case you're interested in checking any of them out. And because I'm mostly just going to talk about how I'm going to be using them in this video, if you do want to see the actual planner in more detail, I will also link to their videos where I flip through all of them. Okay, and so next I'm actually going to jump down into this one. So starting in July, I'm also going to be testing out the new dashboard layout from Erin Condren. I absolutely love this folio cover. I think the color is just beautiful, and it just matches with the bouquet design perfectly. By the way, both of these are in bouquet, in case that wasn't obvious. I really love the bouquet pattern. I tend to just love the muted colors, and I love the florals, and so that is most often what I choose. And so I did actually get both of these in bouquet. So like I said, this one is the dashboard layout. So it has the normal monthly calendar, and then, oh yeah, and I put these snap-in dashboard dividers in. I do plan to use them, but I'm not sure exactly how yet. So I just have them in here so that as I start using the planner, I can add things in as I need them. I have one in the beginning, and which will probably be for like my goals or something like that. And then I have this one at the beginning of the month, and then the last one I actually have it at the back to divide up my notes pages. But anyway, back to the monthly. So it has the monthly calendar, this monthly dashboard has the notes page, and then this is the dashboard layout. Let me move these over. Okay, so this is the dashboard layout. So I wanted to try this out and just experiment with it a little bit and see how I like it. I could see that it might work really well, but those kinds of things I feel like I don't really know until I actually try them. And so this is going to be my experiment for this planner time period. I know this has been a really popular layout. So many people were excited about this one, and I have seen a lot of people already starting to set theirs up. So I will definitely give it a try and let you know how it goes. But the Daily Duo is going to be my main planner. And then one of the other planners that's actually pretty important to my lineup is going to be my content planner. I'm going to be honest, this is probably my most used planner, the one that I spend the most time in, even over like my regular planners. This is just the one that gets more of my attention. And I really can't even flip through it very much and show you how I use it. But this is an Erin Condren, I guess this technically is a life planner, but I added in extra notes pages, and so it also functions sort of as a monthly planner. If you've seen the Erin Condren monthly planners, they have the monthly calendar and then notes pages. And that's what I've been using for my content planner for many years now. I love the flexibility of it, and that just works really well for me. But I did want the added structure of the weekly layouts, and so that is why I just added notes pages to a regular life planner. So let me skip to a future month that probably doesn't have anything. So there's August. And then, okay, so I have the dashboard page. I have these notes pages that I added in. And then it goes into the vertical weekly layout. And this has been working really well for me. Even recently, I have taken on some new projects, I will say, within my business, which I will talk about probably in a future video. They're sort of related to planning and a little bit different, but I'm excited to share them with you at some point. But it has given me a lot more to keep track of, and this planner has just helped me so much just to keep everything straight. When there's a lot of little random details floating around in my head, I tend to get very overwhelmed and anxious and pretty much shut down. And so having a place where I can keep all of that is just very helpful to my sanity. So while this is not my main life planner that I'm using, it is probably the one that I spend the most time in. And then I do have my daily duo, which will actually supplement this because I do plan to move my work tasks from here into here so that I can just see one day at a time, along with everything else that happens to be going on in my life at the same time. I know this is like the opposite of what people normally say to do, but I've actually found that compartmentalizing between work and personal life is actually hurting me because I focus so much on one area that I don't end up getting anything done in the other area, and I need to be able to see both of them at the same time so that I can see everything that needs to get done that day, and I'm not forgetting important things from one aspect of my life. So hopefully that makes sense. But these two will probably be the ones that I am in the most, but I definitely do want to try out the dashboard layout just to kind of see how that works for me. All right, and so let's move on to some of the other extra planners. Okay, total planner switch out. So while we're along the same lines, I'm going to go to this one here in the back. This is the Mompreneur planner. I really love this planner and it has been so fun to experiment with this year. I've actually already pre-ordered mine for 2026, and so I'm excited to show that to you when it comes in this fall. But this planner is designed for specifically women, although it could be used by anybody, but specifically for women who are trying to maintain a home and run a business at the same time. This has some features in it that I really love, like the social media calendars. There's also a lot of goal setting pages and reflection that I love in the beginning. And then let me show you the weekly layout. Let's get to a further month. Okay, so here's the monthly calendar. It's propped up on these other planners, so it's going to look a little weird. So every month you have monthly intentions and a to-do list, and then this is the weekly layout. So you have an hourly layout here at the top. You have space for family time, and then gratitude and dinner. So similar to what I was saying with how I need to be able to see my whole life in one view, this planner does exactly that. I personally want to be able to see it just one day at a time, and so that is why I decided to go with the daily planner. But I absolutely plan to continue to use this one for some of the other pages that it has in it. I do not use this one for any personal reasons, even though it is designed that way. I do use it purely for business, but I have been loving it. This is an amazing planner. This is the first year that Taylor, the creator, has done a physical planner, this particular one, and she completely knocked it out of the park. This is a gorgeous planner and so well done. She's made some really awesome changes for next year that I just can't wait to see in person too. So this is definitely a good option if that is something that you need, if you want to be able to see your personal life plus your work life all on the same weekly view. So this one will be staying as part of my lineup. The next one that I have here is another Erin Condren monthly planner. I guess not another one because the first one technically wasn't, but this is an Erin Condren monthly planner. And I have been using this for my budget and for my goals. I have a whole video explaining how I set this up and how I'm going to be using it. And so I will link to that video so you can get more detail on that if you are interested. I have been really liking this. I just really love the flexibility of the monthly planners. I know the new ones are launching soon and I'm really excited to see the changes. If they have made any changes. Honestly, I don't even know if they've made any changes, but I just love it when the new ones launch. The monthly planners are definitely one of my staples. I will just use them for anything I can think of because I absolutely just love the layout. I love the flexibility of the note space and that they can just be whatever you need them to be. So yes, this has been my budget planner and my goal planner, and it's been working really well. So I will continue to use this for probably the rest of the year. And then the last planner that I have to show you is the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner. This one I use to keep track of cleaning and like home maintenance type tasks. It has built-in to-do lists, which are so cool. So there's the monthly calendar, and then this is the weekly layout. So it has your daily to-do list, and then every day of the week it has some different tasks that you can do for your home just to keep it running smoothly. As somebody who is not great with making a lot of decisions, I love that all of the work is just done for me. And I haven't been great about it, but my goal is actually to use this in conjunction with the Fly Lady system, specifically her zone cleaning. And so I like to use these checklists here, the blank ones, on each day, just to keep track of other cleaning and tasks that I want to get done that are home related. This is one of my favorite planners to use. I think it is just so unique from any other planner that I've seen. And I love the company that it comes from. They're just some of the sweetest people, and I love every time I get to have contact with any of them. So this home planner is definitely staying as part of my lineup. For the most part, I think that is pretty much the planners that I am using right now. Occasionally I will use like the Erin Condren Petite planners, but that kind of comes and goes in waves. I would probably be a lot better off if I did use them consistently, but you know, you only have so much bandwidth. So I'm actually pretty impressed that I only have 6 planners right now. I don't even remember how many I started the year with, but I want to say it was like 11. I was kind of experimenting with a lot of different planners, and I found some amazing ones that I love, but I also just like to switch things up every once in a while. And so these are the ones that I settled on for like the coming future. As always, I completely give myself permission to change that up at any point. If a planner is not working for me, I have no problem switching it out. It is really hard on my stress level when my planners aren't working, or when I need a place to write something down and I just don't have it. And so that is why I switch planners so often. But by the same token, I also need some sort of consistency. And these are just the planners that have been working the best for me this year. Or in the instance of like the Daily Duo, it's something that worked for me really well in the past. And so I'm excited to be moving into that one again. And I think the only one I'm really like experimenting with right now is the dashboard layout, which will be really fun to try. So if you want to see the flip through of the dashboard layout, you can check out this video right here, and I go through all of the details of that one. I will also link in the description to all of these other planners so you can find out more information about them. But let me know in the comments what you are planning to use starting in July. If it's changing or if it's not changing, I would love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.